altar, if you will. And we got some 93% meat, 7% fat, ground beef going in here. We're gonna go ahead and mix it into our rice after we go ahead and fold in the cheese. The rice itself is just about done. It's got that kind of like little bit of a creamy consistency to it. And I'll go ahead and show you guys as well. So I try not to have too much moisture in here, but this seems to be like the perfect kind of consistency to fold in some cheeses. So that's exactly what we're gonna do at this point in time. So I got two different cheeses, and this one's kind of like an iffy. I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna be a good cheese because it's already been since the 8th, like 3 days going into today. So I want to make sure that the cheese is actually good before I toss it in. But I mean, even if not, I still have I think it was a 6 cheese Italian style blend that I can toss in there. And that'll melt in there just beautifully and nicely as well. We won't have to worry too much about not having some brie. But if this brie is good, it says by May, right? But I think that it should still be good. Okay, all messages there. If any other things like cheeses, meats, and things like that that you guys know about? Uh-oh. I'm not exactly sure if I even want to open it. Okay, well, I have to in order to be able to smell it, but... Well, if I'm not smelling anything off, then that means that it's probably still good. However, in order to find out if that's true or not, well, it still has those pineapple-y notes. I mean, it should still be good, but my hand is sticky when I feel this wet part. I don't know, we're gonna have to see about that. For now, I can continue to brown, but because I'm gonna be looking into this cheese, I have to turn that down for a second. It's still going to brown. It's just gonna brown a little bit slower now. And then before I put it in there, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some butter, and then that should keep it good. For now, I really want to make sure that this cheese is actually good. And if it's not, then I'll have to toss it. Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna have to ask I am going to have to ask Gemini and see what Gemini says about this. Gemini hasn't led me astray, so that's why I trust it so much. Okay, so our rice, we're gonna go ahead and move that around a little bit. That'll evaporate a little bit more of that water. Then I have to come over here to ask okay, so all right, so it's a no-go, guys. It said that even if it smells good, if it's inflated, that's a bad sign. And I know it's a bad sign because of bacteria. All right, guys, so I went ahead and checked up with ChatGPT as far as the brie cheese. And it turns out that the cheese is not good because the package itself was inflated, which means that bacteria have taken over and that is now a health hazard. So I decided not to use it, but I will use something else, which I definitely can use all of, and that is this Italian style 6 cheese blend. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this for the rice now. And as I fold in this cheese into this rice, I can go ahead and either mix in the meat as well, or I can go ahead and throw the meat on top. But I kind of feel like I want to mix the meat in, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Not too much cheese. We don't want Papa's stomach to feel some type of way, right? And if I need to, I can add more cheese to mine. But honestly, I think I added just the right amount. Because as you guys can see, ooh, that is getting super, super cheesy. And I didn't even add the whole pack. I just added like maybe a cup of cheese. All right, so now that we got that, we're gonna go ahead and throw in our, no. We're gonna go ahead and do that. For those of you who, let's say for instance, you cooked your beef, but you gave it a little bit of time. I mean, specifically, this one, I just have to mix in a little bit of this butter. And since it's still hot, it's going to melt the butter fairly quickly. So I'm gonna take this cube here and drop it in. And that should actually melt pretty quickly. Today, instead of steak, we're having some ground beef. Butter, put you over here. Okay, so this is so that it'll rehydrate the meat. And then after this, we're gonna go ahead and plate it and eat. Tonight's video was kind of quick just because I didn't jump on live earlier. Sorry about that, guys, but I had Mother's Day type of activities today. And then on top of that, I need to turn this on a little bit. And then on top of that, I have to get myself ready for my appointment tomorrow with housing. And so this was kind of more of like, very quickly done. something that you can actually do within minutes. You know, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. You know, not spend too much time on it like you would with the steak, or with making sure that the pasta is good as well. All right, so we've got our meat recalibrated. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off. And we're gonna fold in our meat. Yeah, I was thinking about making a pasta tonight, but what ended up happening was I realized that I only had gomitoni. All right. No, it's actually gonna be a ground beef risotto rice. Not exactly sure if there's like a specific name for it, but yeah, it's basically a cheese rice mixed in with ground beef. I'm kind of sad that I don't have my pepronero sauce. That would have made this like even more fantastic. But I mean, other than that, that's not too bad of a thing to have to deal with. All right, so we got our cheesy rice and our Kobe beef mixed into this. It's time to serve. So, for Papa, I have to remove his potatoes from here. All right, Mr. Pups. I know you didn't like the potatoes, so I actually have to keep that in mind, okay, Mr. Papa? Okay, so okay, so after tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of different changes that come through. So first of all, I will be putting out readings, and I'm thinking I might do probably one a day. Maybe, well, one a day for the astrology signs, but I'll put out once a week for just a general collective, just to see what the energies are and stuff like that. And as far as videos go for cooking, I know I didn't put one out last night, but they're going to be more consistent, and then even more consistent during the day as opposed to at night. That and mango pool, that's funny. Okay, so now to get us served. Actually, you know what? I gotta serve the luxury meat doggers first. Mr. Papa. Be careful, okay, Mr. Pups, it's hot. Okay. My doggers. It's served. Okay, cool. So, this is Papa's plate right here. I gotta make sure that I give him a little bit more water. But that's him for tonight. And now to serve my plate. And I think this half pound was actually very perfect for this. I get to eat a pretty decent amount. He gets to eat a pretty decent amount. and we don't go hungry. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit more. Okay, Mr. Phillips. All right, cool. And Doggers is waiting on it because it's freaking hot. And it's hot because it's fresh. So that's a perfect reason for it to be hot. Okay, now I need... Oh no, I don't got no fork. Oh yeah, I do. Oops, sorry. YouTube, I dropped you guys. My bad. Are you guys okay? Yeah, you guys good? My bad for dropping you guys. Sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and scrape all this goodness off my... Okay. There we go. Cheeses back in here. You need to get some black pepper on that. I know, Mr. Bucks, my bad. Okay. And then some black pepper for mine. I put on the black pepper afterwards because I like to taste the taste of the pepper as opposed to the taste of burnt pepper when you're cooking it. And for papa, I don't put onion powder and I don't put garlic powder, so I usually put that at the end for me. Everything else, Papa does get because it's natural and it's something that he can eat. Now, if you guys are interested in recipes and things like that for your dog and, you know, doing that type of stuff, then let me know in the comments. Go ahead and follow, you know, do all that good stuff, because then we start to create that following that's necessary for us to actually have, you know, good, solid interactions, you know, us creators to our viewers. And so, you know what? I'll go ahead and toss this here. Put my plate down here. I'll put you guys right here. And then TikTok. I didn't forget about you guys. Bringing you guys over here to sit right next to TikTok. I mean, right next to YouTube. There we go. So YouTube, you're right there. TikTok, you're right there. And do I have anything hot that I can mix with this? Yes, I do. Cool. And we are going to utilize it very effectively. Oh, that's right. I'm just getting a couple of other things like water. Making sure that Papa has water. Mm-hmm. Yep, Papa just got some super cold water. I'm making sure that I put his water inside of the freezer so that it can get nice and cold. Okay, so let's see. Perfect. Right here. So what we have here is a cheesy risotto rice with a 6-cheese Italian cheese blend and 93% meat, 7% fat beef, ground beef, I should say, with onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper. Of course, it has things like coriander, um, ginger, sumac, cumin, a little bit of the crushed red peppers, a little bit of cinnamon, and that's it. And essentially, going to add some of this Ning cheese, Taiwan's hottest sauce, so you guys can see. I need some spice with this, so that's why I'm going to use the rest of this. And I think I'm just going to add it on top and mix it in. So some people might consider this spicy, other people might not. Personally, I like it for the smokiness and the taste as opposed to the heat. But it does make a very good base for making any sauces. And so that's why I like to just kind of eat with this like this. But okay, so that's done. Now to dig in, we're gonna go ahead and taste it first, just by itself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There has to be something with this cheese blend because this is perfect. I mean, look at this. Cheesy risotto rice. You know, there's one thing that I've learned as well is that sometimes over seasoning your meat just takes away from the flavors of everything else. On this is perfectly seasoned meat. You enjoying it, Papa? What was that? What was that, Papa? Oh, that was probably the bottle that you got scared with. Yummy, yummy. Oh, careful, careful. All right. Cool. Yep, he's going to town on that right now. Well, that's good. That's good. And then after we're done here, I'm gonna take him for a little mini walk, and then I gotta get my happy butt to sleep because I have to get ready for my appointment tomorrow. Okay, so just to discuss a couple of things with you guys. Tomorrow after my meeting, I have to go get my seller's permit. Once I get my seller's permit, the next thing that I have to do, alongside taking care of my insurance packet, is to set up my website. Because once I set up the website, then I'll start to have various different products on the website. And you guys will be able to get all sorts of different stuff. You know, whether it's gemstones, whether it's I don't know, cast iron, kitchen utensils, knives, whatever, I'll be able to supply them. Now, I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to do it, but I plan to try to get manufacturers to go ahead and put the Luxury Meat logo on there. So let's see how that turns out. Let's see, you know, where I go from that. On that, when it comes to the cutting boards, those cutting boards, I found a place that does the cutting boards, and now I found a place that does engraving. So the only thing I need to do is get the cutting boards made, with the stones in them, and then take it over to this other place and have them etch it into the glass. Oh yeah, he's going to town. I like that. Mm-hmm. Those are flavors you're tasting, Papa. Did you guys see that? Oh yeah, he's licking his lips right now because it's so delicious. Hi, Mr. Peps. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, Papa knows. And then for the TikTok crowd. Oh, I should be going. Oh yeah. That's what I like to see. He's getting each and every morsel, every little bit of cheese flavor, and all of that. Oh yeah, I like that. That's what I like to see. I like to see my doggers enjoying himself. Nice full belly for him. Yeah. See, actually, one of the biggest joys of being able to cook is to cook for other people. You know? So when I can cook for my doggers, it's just so satisfying seeing him eat. And especially when I cook him steak. Man, he wolfs that down. He goes to town on that. But that's a good thing, though. That means that this dish was flavorful enough for him to enjoy, but not like overly saturated with flavor to where he can't stand it. Wow. Oh. Ah. Yeah, this is good. You know, for meditation to Monday transition, this is right on point. This is right on point. Oh yeah. Mhm. See, I had the choice between ground beef and pork, and I went with the ground beef mostly because I feel like I could make it like last longer or stretch it. And since I'm in the process of trying to build a business and everything, Divination Nation LLC needs to try to save as much as it can for expansion and growth at this point in time, aside from making money to aid that expansion and growth. And that's actually one of the many things that I have going on in terms of like how things are being built. I gave up on plasma donations, and I'm not gonna do it unless I want to help someone out, you know, or unless I want to help people out. The what else? The gig work. So I don't know if you guys seen. I'm pretty sure you guys have because I have made videos on it. That's Valerie over there. And Valerie is going to help me make money. Now, I have been looking into various different things that I can look into. One of them was GoPuff. Another one was Skipcart. These are other apps that are delivery apps that are aside from things like DoorDash and Uber, which fit food delivery. These other ones, they fit just more of the delivery in general. So I'm going to see how that works out. Between the possibility of a necessary cash infusion from, like, let's say, plasma donation or let's say, for instance, waiting for my insurance packet to deliver the next check, right? I'm actually pretty set for now. I mean, the only thing that I would need to do is stock up on protein, and that's it. And with that other half, that's actually going to last me. Well, that's going to last us until tomorrow. And after tomorrow's meeting, then I can go ahead and take a look to see, like, you know, what I would need to do, where I would need to go to get protein and stuff like that. Um, Making money on that, that's going to be one of the options. If I need to, plasma donation, that's more of an immediate thing. But like I said, my plasma days are over, or at least the plasma for survival days are over. And it's more along the lines of thriving now. So my eyes and my attention are set more on creating income rather than draining away my own life force in order to create that income. I do believe though that I did have to do that back last year around the November, December timeframe. And over the course of the last 2 years, less now than last year in mid 2024, I donated 105 times, or I think 106. I'm not exactly sure, but I donated over 100 times. Now you gotta think that's a lot of protein. It's a lot of albumin. That's a lot. And the universe, it rewarded me with the various different little shortcuts that were necessary, like the bus coming on time, like right at that moment when I get there, um, and other various different expressions. You know, maybe not being able to, for instance, donate because maybe I was going to be too dehydrated or something. Or then, an intuitive thought said, hey, hit up this water fountain over here because this is a cleaner source. Hitting it, seeing 42, and then going to donate, finishing the donation. First of all, being accepted. That was the funny part because I was parched. But that drink of water actually helped me, which is why Fountain Bro was created. Number 42. Because the answer to life, the universe, and everything that happens in the universe is flow. When you flow with whatever it is your life path requires of you, you'll get things done and you'll be rewarded for it. That's the dharmic path. Now, I feel like if I start to help people understand what the dharmic path is, or rather how it looks like in practice, and then also how it looks like in reality, then I can help people heal their karma and actually work on their dharma. If that makes sense to you guys. Now, some people don't know what dharma is. Karma is the negative aspect of it. It's the consequences, is what I would say. Dharma, D-H, dharma, has to do with your rewards. Now, whenever you do good deeds for people, that dharma accrues. And it's that dharma, for instance, that, like in my case, allowed me to get the business license, regardless of the fact that my business is at home, but that I didn't need signatures from the landlords who weren't going to give it to me anyways because they were saying that when it came to that they had problems with a previous tenant, and that previous tenant, I don't know, he caused trouble or something like that while he was trying to run his business. For me, I ain't trying to do anything like that. I just want to function how Luxury Meat Warriors needs to function. And then from there, if they have their misconceptions, I let them sit with those. So I still ended up getting my business license. Lags with the EIN. The website was being dumb. Still bypassed it. The articles of organization had a mistake on them, along with the statement of information. Still got that fixed. Even not having to use the form that was given to me, I just ended up doing a restatement instead of doing an amendment. And then that allowed me to just change some key details for my statement of information. So there's that. And also, excuse me, I didn't have to pay the $20 for, the Taiwan. I didn't have to pay $20 for the statement of organization. I just paid $5 for the certified copy for the redo, which is fantastic. Now, the only things that I do have to worry about paying now would be health licenses and anything else that I need moving forward from this point. Other than that, everything else has been done. The certificate of standing, operator's agreement, bank account has been made, articles of organization, statement of information, business license, seller's permit tomorrow. Health licenses is the only thing that I need to legally be able to sell repackaged meats and things like that to you guys. The next thing on the list that I need to get in order to provide for that would be a vacuum bags and also a vacuum sealer. And then and then of course the website so that you guys can make those orders. And then of course they will be freezed, or unless it's supposed to be like a marinade, I'll go ahead and find some way to keep it refrigerated if I have to transfer it through like a refrigeration truck or something like that. My idea is to have logistic trucks sometime in the future. And that was kind of more so along the lines of like when I was trying to pick up, let's say a whole cow from a farm. But I might actually have to utilize smaller refrigeration trucks to be able to make the deliveries to you guys. Then again, I still have, I have to work on all of the logistics of like how that's going to occur and how they will be delivered to you guys and all of that stuff. Before any of that could even be tested though, I am going to have to come up with the website, which is after the insurance, which is after my housing appointment tomorrow. So those are some of the changes going on with Luxury Meat Warriors. With Divination Nation, I am looking into getting courses for teaching credentials over at SDSU, San Diego State University. And as far as that goes, I will be creating courses as far as how to read confirmation numbers, astrology courses, numerology courses, tarot courses, and how to read tarot. And then also how to get in touch with your intuition, like on a much deeper level, so that you can actually make your own tarot cards, like what I have here, right? This is actually a deck that I'm working on. It's gonna have 42 cards, but this is the artwork that we're looking at, right? So each of these cards has messages. Then you have these ones. So for instance, these are different phrases, different words. This is what's known as the everything deck. Some things are filled in, some things are not. This is actually a deck that I myself am working on as well. This one is called the Chosen Ones deck. And this one here, which essentially is its own deck, has the words on the back, and whatever it is that's going to be on the front. So I'll show you one that's actually based off of like actual location. This one right here. And this one right here is in El Centro. I actually made this one specifically when I was in the first hotel that I was in before I moved into this place. And on the back, there's that. For you guys on YouTube, this is a card that I made. And this is what it looks like on the back. All of these cards are very similar as well. So whenever I'm using this one, if I just grab it and I start to move things around, shuffle it and whatnot, and let's say I go to, let's say I do pick it up like this, then I'll be looking at the picture itself. Now, for some of you, beetles might be important. You guys might be seeing these types of water beetles, right? So this beetle specifically, you guys actually got two. Interesting. This might actually be for those of you who are watching. Awareness and beetle. So beetles are known to transform, right? They undergo their larva stage. They undergo their pupae, larvae, cocoon, and then I guess into a beetle. I'm not exactly sure how, but what I do know is that beetles, they actually gain that hard shell after they evolve into this form. This card specifically, and these beetles, they talk about evolution, they talk about transformations. More importantly, though, because that's just more of an overarching type of deal, they're about seizing opportunities, being flexible and resourceful, and actually coming out stronger than you were before. Now, if this card came out with this, then a lot of you guys are gaining that awareness of that, right? So how are you gaining this awareness? Well, one, you guys have the foresight of God, or the foresight of a God. You guys might have intuitive nudges, and I was mentioning something about intuition, right? So there's that. And following your intuition, creating the course for intuition and things like, or to read your intuition, or to get to learn your intuition. Being open, and also it's the proper answer. Which is funny because I was mentioning number 42, which was about the answer, or the proper answer, I should say. And so I feel like those of you that are watching, if this pertains to you, which I'm pretty sure it does, there's been plenty of you seizing opportunities. Others of you have been flexible and resourceful, or having to be, I included. And you guys are coming out stronger than you were before. Now, whether it's help from this channel or whether it's help from other people, doesn't really matter. That assistance will come from wherever it needs to. Now, if these two cards really do explain what's going on in your guys' lives, then I would say that you guys are being prepared and being given the necessary stability, not just the physical stability, but the emotional stability, the mental stability, the spiritual stability to actually tap into intuition, to tap into the foresight energies. To essentially, what it's explaining is that you're open to the idea that there's transmissions and messages that come in specifically for you, but that could be also a broadcast, right? From higher realms, from other realms. So at this point in time, you're being strengthened and prepared to receive the proper answer. With that being said, it's going to lead you guys to have balance in your life. Along with that balance, you guys are going to be able to see, I guess, the tilting point in your life and actually keep yourselves in a balanced state as opposed to tilting from one side to another. You guys are going to be finding your center, which is what this card is about, and authenticity, accountability. Those are two things that come through with this card specifically. What rests in truth shall endure. And that's the way that balance is reached, right? Generally, I feel that along with building up stability, building up an evolved form of yourselves, and also gaining intuition, foresight, and being open to these messages from whatever source it's coming from, I feel like you guys are going to be finding the balance, the center. You guys are going to be finding your center. You guys are going to be finding your balance, your middle point. So that's actually pretty cool. I applaud that. I applaud that, guys. And if you guys are headed towards that, then you guys will be headed towards that. Well, that's funny. If you guys are headed towards that, you guys will be successful in that. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just draw one or two cards from the Chosen Ones deck. This one specifically is going to have 144, although right now it only has, I think, like 100, 103, somewhere around there. So let's see, what is this awareness about, and how can they best utilize it? Let's see what the energies are revealing to us about our external world and what we need to do to change on the inside. Okay. So part of that has to be being indifferent. So if I had to guess, you guys are being given that stability of being able to just kind of sit there with yourself, evolve, and then gain that intuitive edge so that you can be indifferent. I almost feel like you guys are being given intuition because maybe you guys have had narcissists in your life that have been lying to you, that have been trying to cheat you out of various different things. And because this is a solidified card, that means that this is the energy that I feel many of you are in. You guys are indifferent to the people that have tried to play you before. And I almost feel like some of you guys are still bothered, or not necessarily bothered, because at this point, since you're indifferent, I don't really think it's a bothered type energy. I feel like you guys are still being chased, intercepted, pursued, I guess, for lack of a better word, by somebody. For some of you, it's somebody old, somebody that you used to be with, and for others of you, and this is a very small percentage, I would say, it's new people trying to chase you, but it's not that you're hurt from the last relationship or you're hurt from the last thing that happened or whatever. It's more along the lines of you're just fine with yourselves. You're indifferent. You have no ill will. You have no malicious feelings towards relationships, towards intimacy, whatever. I feel like you guys are busy, and you guys are trying to find the answer to whatever that next step is, right? I get it. I was at a point like that as well. So let's see. I'm gonna draw another one because indifferent is just kind of like too broad. I mean, it does lead towards a specific feeling, and I can see how that goes together with the other cards. But um, yeah, I'm gonna draw another one just because I feel like it's necessary. Yeah, see, I pretty much had guessed it. There is a new path that's opening for you. That's the reason why this card showed up. But in the reverse, that means that you guys are still trying to figure out that path. Huh? You know what? Chris from Interpron Tarot for Capricorns was saying that Capricorns feel like they need at least one more thing that they need to know of. Kind of like it's like a last puzzle piece, I guess you could say, before Capricorn can actually move forward. Some of you guys might be Capricorn. Some of you guys watching might be Capricorn. Some of you guys might have Capricorn in your second house because that deals with decisions. Um, I feel like some of you guys might have Capricorn in the 10th house because if you guys are looking for answers towards something and maybe you guys are heading on a new path, this might actually be entrepreneurship for some of you guys. So if it is entrepreneurship, let me know, guys, because this is actually pretty interesting. You're indifferent, but you're not yet embarking on a new path. Why? What's holding you? What's holding you guys back? Right? Is it that one specific answer that you're looking for? Are you waiting for intuition to bring you that information? Are you being patient? I kind of feel like you are. Okay. Well, I think the next thing to do would be to draw some pot tarot to see what we can do about clarifying that information. I like this deck specifically because it has a lot of cool stuff on it. Although it probably not be something to show TikTok or YouTube. You know, they might try to ban my channel or at least give me a warning of some kind. I'm not a child. I don't need no warning. Oh, well. Okay. The Lovers reversed. Yeah. So the Lovers traditionally in the tarot, yes, it could deal with relationships. It could deal with what's known as divine counterparts. But this right here very much seems like okay, for some of you it could be relationship stability. It could be vetting a person before you actually move forward with them. Because if you're indifferent and you're seeing the new path but you're not yet walking it, then the only thing that tells me is that because you have yet to make a decision, you're not choosing the new path because you want to see what it's about. You want to vet it. You want to take your time. Patience. That's what I get. So for those of you who resonate with this energy, with this message, not yet time to make a decision. You need more research. You need that answer. Okay. That's pretty cool. So, okay. Four of Earth, or Four of Pentacles, and The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh wait, no, that's not 5. That's 6. Ah, 6 of Pentacles. I get it. So if we take this information, right? 6 of Earth or 6 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Notice how the Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. Everything that I'm seeing here is I am choosing what it is that I want to give to and what I don't want to give to. And I am not yet ready to financially put into this new situation because I don't have all the information. That's what I'm getting out of this reading. It's crazy. But yeah, and then look at that. The Fool at the bottom in the reverse. The World reversed. Yep. The Star reversed. So are some of you guys not hopeful that whatever this new beginning is actually a new beginning? Are you guys thinking that maybe it's just going to be a repeat of something else? I have news for you guys. Pluto is already in Aquarius now, so that, it's not going to work for me. It's probably only going to be for Aquarius or for people that have Aquarius in their second house. For all of you Capricorns out there that might be worried about something new turning into something repeat, don't even worry about it. Pluto is in your second house in Aquarius now, so we've been through the rough of it already. We've been through the rough of it. Let's see what else. The nine of Cups. And that was reversed. Yeah. I kind of get like it's not a heartbreak energy, because that would be the Three of Swords. It's almost like, I want to say maybe the last half decade has been rough on you guys. And perhaps maybe some of you guys got started with things, let's say 10 years ago, back in 2015. Or it could just be as easy as like you guys tried something back in 2008 and that failed because of the crash. Then you try to get something started in, let's say 2015 or 2016, and then, something else happened. And then you guys tried to start something again in 2019, and then boom, 2020 COVID, right? And for some of you, I get that you guys might have some type of apprehension, not necessarily a fear, but it's an apprehension of wasting time or wasting resources or wasting effort on a new path. And you guys are just choosing to ensure that whatever it is that your intuition tells you is the correct thing and that it's actually your intuition. That's what I get for you guys. More specifically, is that you guys are making sure that whatever the messages are your intuition, and then making sure that you vet those messages or those people or that job or even that new entrepreneurship to make sure that it's actually fit for you. If you guys resonate with that, go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and follow for more. I don't know how you guys like, these small readings, after I finish my meal and stuff like that. But if you guys do like it, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I do want to have more professional setup, so that's what I'm going to be working on. I was talking about putting a camera up in that corner so that doesn't matter whether I'm here or whether I'm over there at the kitchen, that camera is going to be able to get good shots of not just the cards, but also the cooking and stuff like that. As far as creating a channel for Luxury Meat Warriors on TikTok? Maybe, but I don't feel like I need to right now, just simply because if I do that, that's one more channel that I have to upkeep. And believe me, it's kind of difficult trying to make sure that you upkeep YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram and Facebook. So, and then of course, just running this business by myself. Yeah, that's way too much. Also, be on the lookout for any new tarot cards that I might be coming up with. And also, once I finish these ones, I'm gonna start putting them up on my website so that you guys can go ahead and take a look, see if you guys want to buy them. I will have other cards out there too. I just have to go ahead and acquire them as well. And if you guys have any suggestions as to any tarot decks that you would like to see used on this channel or within this platform, whether it's Divination Nation or whether it's Luxury Meat Warriors, doesn't matter. You go ahead and let me know in the comments. Go ahead, shoot me a message if you guys have any specific tarot deck that you guys would like to see, or if, for instance, you guys want to go ahead and donate a tarot deck that you would like to see used. That tarot deck will specifically be used for your sign, but it would also be used in general circulation and, in the way that this was done. Right now, I only have 3 decks. The one that I'm working on, well, actually, the 2 that I'm working on, and the pot tarot. I've been focusing more on astrology, numerology, and physiomancy. So, as far as the courses for physiomancy goes, I'll be coming up with those soon enough. It's body divination. So, if you guys have heard the Hermetic principle of as within, so without, and as without, so within it be also, that is describing that what's going on in your body, what's going on in this physical form, is actually a direct reflection of what's going on in your external world. That's just simply put. CBT, right? Cognitive behavioral therapy, psychology, and other behavioral therapies, they talk about this, where even though another person is another person and what they say and what they do and how they think is their own, those energies can actually affect us. Now, whether that's a waveform or a particle form, I don't know. I don't really think it matters. But just the fact that it actually does have the ability to affect us and then make us sick, it just goes to show that we need to be conscious of what we have in here, and also how to remove the stuff that's not proper for us and how to gather more of the stuff that is proper for us. Courses for those will be up on the website once I have the website made. I'm giving myself at least a week to have my website set up and to be in touch with the Bank of America business specialists, because they're going to be able to help me set up all of that stuff. So, and hopefully by then I'll have my inventory of stones, whether that's stones like these that are untumbled, or like what I have in here that are already tumbled. They just need to get polished and all of that jazz. Cast iron and all of that as well. Also, the raffle. Still trying to figure out when the best day would be for that raffle. And in the meantime, everybody else that has joined on my YouTube channel will also have the ability to be able to join in on that raffle. I will go ahead and make a video first, probably a short, letting you guys know, more or less when it's going to be. And then I'll make a post probably a couple of days before on the community chat, on the community tab for YouTube, and for you guys, it'll just be on the profile. And then as I get closer, maybe a day before that, I'll put out another video so that you guys can be learned with the time and for you guys to show up when that raffle happens. based on how many people I see, I'll go ahead and you know what? I would have to get all of your guys' names, and then from there, give me 1 second, guys. Okay. So, as far as the raffle goes, I'll see how many people are subscribed. And then from there, I'll have the subscribers choose a number from 1 to whatever that number is. Then from there, whatever number gets picked, that's the winner. So here within the next couple of days, I will be coming up with my website, and then from there, I'll be doing the email subscription letter, I guess you could say newsletter, and it'll offer information as to when courses are going to go up, various different developments with Luxury Meat Warriors and Divination Nation, or just Divination Nation LLC in general. And it'll also have a spot for you guys to be able to enter your names and be able to choose whatever number you want to choose. Unless that number is already chosen, then you have to choose another one. And I'll also make it so that the coding in it actually reveals all of the numbers that haven't been picked yet. So with that, I am going to go ahead and let you guys go. Hopefully the information that I shared with you guys earlier is useful. And if you guys are looking for more information, things like that, just feel free to message me. David Jesus Barroso, which TikTok shows. That's also my Facebook. So if you guys need to message me, you can message me here on TikTok. You guys can message or comment right here on YouTube. You guys can message me at my Facebook. It's actually my personal Facebook, so you guys will be able to get a hold of me there. Other than that, I think I've pretty much updated you guys on what's going on and the way that things are going to be here, at least within the next month. And I'll keep you guys updated as to a lot of the different things that develop. So if you guys are interested in tarot decks, you guys are interested in kitchen gear, I'll have that website up soon enough. And if you guys are interested in sage, gemstones, maybe even stuff like rock tumblers, rock tumbler necessities or materials, those will all be on the website too. Also things like oil for cutting boards and things like that, those will be up on the website too. I'm only going to be looking for the best, so that's just so you guys know. Other than that, I feel like I can let you guys go. Papa's over here waiting for his walk, and so you guys take care. Remember, stay meaty, stay beefy, and overall, steaks over mistakes. Ciao.